Now to our coverage of primary day in Maryland. Voters across the state are heading to the polls to make their voices heard. They're voting in the presidential primary, narrowing down a crowded field of U.S. Senate candidates and weighing in on dozens of other local races. WUSA 9, needless to say, is your home for all things Maryland primary. And tonight, the big race we're following is the contest to replace outgoing U.S. Senator Ben Cardin.
Perhaps you have heard about it or seen the ads about it. 17 candidates are on the ballot, hoping to be Maryland's next senator. It is a race that could determine the control of Senate for the next 4 years. And we've got live team coverage tonight. Scott Broom is in Annapolis at former Governor Hogan's watch party. We've got our Larry Miller in Prince George's County with the county executive Angela Alsobrooks as she makes that last minute pitch to voters with current Governor Wes Moore.
Yeah, but we want to begin tonight with our Simone D'Alba. She is live at the Trone campaign's watch party in Baltimore. It's still early, Simone, so I take it there's still a lot of excitement there, huh?
Yeah, boy, you said it. So there is so much excitement around this watch party. We're at the Baltimore Museum of Industry, where again, David Trone and all of his, his people will be here tonight, gathering, waiting for those results to come in. And of course, tonight is the culmination of a very contentious primary race between Angela Alsobrooks and David Trone. And you know what? It is rare and it is notable to see this kind of attention and this kind of money funneled into a primary race. And I wanted to break down three things that have really made this race stand out. So we have the neck and neck polling. We have the spending, and again, just the high stakes nature of this race. Now, in terms of polling, it has been tight at times and it has been unpredictable. We've seen Alsobrooks polling even or sometimes ahead of Trone. And in terms of spending, we're really watching a litmus test here for the power of self-funding. Will it work? David Trone has self-funded over $61 million to Angela Alsobrooks' $4 million. And this is just one of those primary races where every single vote counts. So we caught up with Congressman Trone after he cast his ballot this morning. Here's what he had to say.
Feels good to vote for yourself. No, it's good to be getting near the culmination of the first step, but the second step is an important one. We've got to win. But the real important step is being in office. Have the chance to do the policy, have a chance to do the work, and have a chance to be a true public servant.
Now, whoever wins this primary is going to set up a general election matchup for a seat that Democrats simply cannot afford to lose if they want to keep their slim majority in the Senate come this fall. And of course, we're going to be keeping an eye on everything here in Baltimore at David Trone's watch party. So we will keep you updated with any developments here. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and check in with our own Larry Miller, who is with Angela Alsobrooks' campaign. Larry, over to you.
Oh, well, Simone, good to see you as well. Yeah, and so right now we are just waiting for Angela Alsobrooks to make her way here to Lewisdale Elementary School in Chilham, Maryland, here in Prince George's County. It has been a pretty hectic day for the county executive as she's been crisscrossing key counties, trying to make that last-minute plea to voters to get every vote possible. You heard Simone talk about the polling. The most recent poll has Angela Alsobrooks ahead just by 1 point. But the deciding factor in all of this will be the undecided voters, a similar story that we saw in the last election for Maryland governor. Now, speaking of the governor, Governor Wes Moore will be here as well. And so she's bringing out all the star power. Governor Moore has high favorables in the state. He is well liked. He is well regarded with voters. And she's hoping to capitalize on that star power tonight. She will need it as she has trailed much of the season. But as we've just mentioned, momentum is certainly building in her camp and has been for some time now. Here's a look at the polling right now that's been underway for some time. I had a chance to talk with election officials here who tell me about 117 people have voted so far. So looking at some video there, you can see the people that have been streaming in and out of this polling location. We can tell you that from the people that we've spoken with, the majority have said that they are planning to vote for Angela Alsobrooks or have voted for Angela Alsobrooks. Some video from yesterday shows you the county executive doing what she has been doing for months now, which is campaigning, trying to make the case that she is the best candidate to take on Larry Hogan in the general election and the best person to represent all Marylanders in the U.S. Senate. So we are expecting her to show up at any moment. Once she does, along with the governor, we will bring that to you. But again, it has been a pretty hectic day for the county executive as she tries to secure what will be a historic win for the county executive if she's able to clinch the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. Lorenzo?
Considering what's at stake here nationally, we know a lot of folks will be watching this race tonight. Larry, thank you.
Now on the Republican side, former Governor Larry Hogan is the front runner in the Senate race. Hogan and his wife Yumi voted this morning at a polling place near their home in Davidsonville. Hogan will likely take on the winner of the Democratic primary in the general election this fall. If he ends up winning that race, Hogan would be the state's first GOP senator in nearly 40 years. Our Scott Broom is live at the former governor's watch party in Annapolis. And Scott, what is the mood like in the Hogan camp in these final hours of voting?
Well, the Hogan camp is obviously encouraged by all of the polling going their way. There's really very little doubt about what's going to happen here. But what's important about this is what Larry Hogan has meant to the balance of the Senate nationally in the country. Nobody would have imagined that in almost completely blue Maryland, that this Senate seat in this blue state would actually be in play in this coming election year, and may put the U.S. Senate in jeopardy for Democrats. And it's all because of the popular former governor, Republican Larry Hogan here in Maryland. He left office in 2023 with a 77% approval rating. And after leaving office, he flirted with the idea of a potential independent run for president. Hogan is one of the original never-Trumpers in the Republican Party. Now, if he wins tonight against a handful of other candidates, the most notable of which is Robin Ficker, who's loaned himself $4 million to run a campaign but only raised $10,000 of his own. Hogan, by contrast, has raised $3.1 million in his statewide campaign. The big question is, if he wins tonight, and of course that's expected, will he get support from the National Republican Party, the RNC? That apparatus, political apparatus, has been effectively taken over by the Trump family. Lara Trump, the daughter-in-law to President Trump, has recently taken over the RNC. There's been infamously reported loyalty tests inside the organization. Whether or not they're going to send money towards Larry Hogan in a statewide campaign, very much an open question. Privately, on background, Hogan's camp says they expect the RNC to support them. But again, whichever of the Democrats wins tonight, Alsobrooks or Trone, they're going to go up against probably one of the most formidable Republican candidates across the country, and that may in fact tip the Senate in November if Larry Hogan is able to successfully come up against either Trone or Alsobrooks in the general election. So a very, very interesting night tonight, not just in Maryland politics, but in national politics. I'm reporting live in Annapolis. Scott Broom here with the Larry Hogan campaign. Leslie, back to you.
It is such a fascinating campaign because we know that Hogan got considerable Democratic support when he was governor. The question will be, can he do that this go round? We'll see.
All right.